White. The kind you see when you wake up. That color calls some nostalgic memories to mind. A hot summer day. A blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. The scenery slowly wavers in the heat. The voice of cicadas. The sound of cicadas. Chirp. Chirp chirp. Chirp. Chirp chirp. Cicada shells are lying in the clearing. As if the sun is right by my side, the clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day. As if the entire world became a frying pan. Wah ooh wah. Wah ooh wah. Wah ooh wah. Oh, that was crying. Wah, wah. Akia's crying. Akia, who'd always obediently stay close behind me, is brimming forth with tears. A child lies collapsed at her feet, soaked in blood, killed. The corpse of a child about my age. A cast-off cicada shell. My two hands are red with the blood of that collapsed child. Shiki! The adults are coming. The fallen child is still dead. The adults are yelling. Did you kill him? Did he? That dream. A dream I had forgotten even in my dreams. I feel like I remember. Shiki. Hey, wake up. The sun's already set. Someone is shaking me. A somewhat unfamiliar voice, and the touch of a cold hand on my shoulder. Huh? Arcueid is standing right in front of me. She's already woken up and it's pitch black outside. I glance at the clock, and it says it's already 8. Eh? It's not eh. I told you to wake me up when the sun went down, and you go and fall asleep. Crap. Sorry, I was feeling out of it. I don't remember when I fell asleep, but I'm sure it was while I was staring at Arcueid's sleeping face. Jeez. You'll lose your qualification as a bodyguard like that. If the enemy had attacked while we were both sleeping, we could have both died, you know. I said I'm sorry. Besides, you said it was safe during the daytime. I can't say that for sure. Familiars like the one I saw this morning could have come for us. Arcueid is angry. Well, she's got a right to be. Yeah. I've got no right to talk when I, the bodyguard, dozed off while she was sleeping. Yeah. And besides, I am a vampire, you know. How can you just sleep there without feeling any danger? I don't want you to be afraid for no reason, but it'd be nice if you were at least tense enough not to sleep. But we killed you and... I take that back. Arcueid doesn't seem to care that I didn't do my job as a bodyguard. She just doesn't seem to like the fact that I fell asleep. I can move my body a little better and wake up only to find... I can move my body a little better and wake up only to find you sleeping there happily. You look so vulnerable. I was seriously starting to feel uneasy that I might not have the dignity befitting a vampire. Well, I don't think she has much dignity. Rude? You were just as vulnerable yourself. I killed you once before, remember? You can't guarantee I won't do it again, can you? Ah. Arcueid gives a surprised look as if she only just realized it. Now that you mention it, you're right. I wonder why I did that. I guess I just had complete confidence in you since we spoke in the alley. Thanks you? Why yes, for the vote of confidence. Well, saying that doesn't make me feel bad for her. Okay. Since you trust me so much, I'll try my best. So should I just keep watch from now on? Yeah, until sunrise tomorrow. I can't leave the room, so be on guard if someone comes up to this floor. Be on guard, huh? Being on guard is going to do me no good if one of those black dogs from this morning comes for us. It's so weird when the music just cuts off like that. I let out a sigh. As expected, this is too heavy a role for me. Let me ask you something. Was the black dog that attacked us this morning something your enemy sent out? Yeah. I don't think so. It was probably for surveillance. His patrol route happened to pass through where you and I were talking, and it seems my presence was revealed as a result. Revealed? To your enemy? That's right. If I had been in perfect condition, it would actually save me some time. But right now, it's the opposite. If I were attacked now, I'd be the one annihilated. That's why I have to hide out like this for now until my power returns. Arcueid's enemy. In other words, the serial killer who's been causing a stir in this town. A vampire. Arcueid, I want to ask you something. Will you answer my question? I don't mind talking. But why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Yeah, I haven't asked you the most important thing yet. So, what's your ultimate objective here? Me? I'm here to hunt down the vampire. Killing vampires is my duty. As a vampire. Right. Yeah, I do remember you saying something like that before. But you're a vampire, right? What? You still don't believe me? Oh, don't worry. I believe you so much it hurts. I'm asking, why would you, a vampire, claim to be doing something as odd as killing other vampires? Oh? You don't like the idea of beings from the same species killing each other? The act of killing doesn't exactly make my list of favorite things, but she is right. I'm not comfortable with the idea of vampires killing vampires. No, it's just that I can't really imagine something like that happening. Vampires drain the blood of humans, right? So they should be killing humans, not other vampires. Drinking blood and killing are different things. Well, even so, I know what you're trying to say. You think beings from the same species should help each other out, right? But vampires can be of the same species and still be different life forms. That's why they don't really have what you humans call camaraderie. Huh? Then you're saying something makes you different from the vampire you're hunting. That's right. The one I'm after is a human vampire, just like the stereotypical vampire from you humans' folklore. He kills humans by draining their blood, turning them into the dead, then uses them to increase his power and influence. That's the sort of vampire I hunt. The one lurking in this town is that sort of old-style vampire. That sort of vampire? It seems like there are different types. Don't tell me you want to be your shield so you can get this guy. Yeah, that was my original intent. But after talking to you, I've changed my mind. You see, at first I thought you were someone from the church. So I thought you might have information about the location of the enemy. But you turned out to be a perfectly ordinary person. he didn't even know about vampires, let alone the location of the enemy's coffin. Yeah, come to think of it, there's no way they'd send an exorcist to a far east secular country like this one. I guess I didn't put enough thought into this. Arcueid thinks aloud. Her conversation derails, and I'm feeling a little left out. I don't follow you at all, Arcueid. Hold on for a moment. Let's see. How should I explain this? With that, Arcueid's gaze begins drifting. She doesn't seem used to holding a conversation. Don't worry about it and just explain everything about the current situation. I don't understand any of this, but I might be able to see the general gist of things. Really? Thanks, Shiki. You don't have to thank me. Just keep talking. Arcueid nods obediently. Basically, the vampire currently in this town is an old style vampire. He himself reigns as the Lord and releases the dead he made into the city. By doing so, he increases his power bit by bit. He's a typical vampire in that he drains the blood of humans, and those humans become vampires themselves. He's not very powerful right now, as he doesn't have many dead serving him. But as the victims increase, so does his power. It would be the best to destroy the main body before that happens, but I haven't found where he sleeps yet. He's hidden so well right now, I can't even feel his presence. Even so, it's easy to take care of things once I find it. But I don't have any clues whatsoever, so I had no choice but to walk around town during the day to investigate. But then I suddenly got attacked by a passing killer, and now I'm temporarily weaker than the enemy vampire. Arcueid shoots me a cold look. I guess she wants to say something to the passing killer. Yeah, I see. I kind of understand the situation now. Okay. So in other words, some evil monsters are based in this town, and you're here to eliminate them. Yes. Since you didn't know where they were, you went looking for them, and that's when I, killed you. So now you're weakened and hiding out while you recover. Is that about right? To put it simply, I think so. Then, the next is the main topic. You casually call yourself a vampire, but I still don't really understand that term. It's obvious you're not a human, that much I can see. But I don't get the feeling that you're a vampire either. That's true. I'm a little different from the type of vampire you know about. Indeed. I hadn't considered that vampires even existed at all, let alone a vampire like you. So what makes you different? Arcueid thinks. Yes, I suppose it might be helpful to teach you a bit about us. Alright. Then the first period's lesson will be Vampires 101. Okay, but what's with Vampires 101? You're an amateur at this, so we've got to start with the basics, right? That's why I'm going to start teaching from the very beginning. Okay, whatever. Just keep it short. Well, I'll try my best. It really does seem like she's not used to talking. Well, we've got lots of time, so for now I guess I'll listen to her arc without complaint. Although we're typically called simply vampires, we're divided into two main categories. Those who are vampires from the start, and those who become vampires. The former are called true ancestors, and the latter are called the dead apostles. The ones you call vampires are the dead apostles. They drain the blood of humans and turn them into their slaves. They're weak against sunlight, and you can vanquish them with the baptism ritual. Our enemy is one of these dead apostles. It's gone from my enemy to our enemy. Well, I don't mind. She's not wrong, considering the situation I'm in. So you're saying these dead apostles aren't vampires from the start? What do you mean by that? Dead apostles were once humans. They've attained immortality through magic or had their blood sucked by one of their true ancestors. Either way, the ones that become vampires become immortal, even though it's imperfect immortality. Those who were vampires from the beginning, and humans who became vampires. What is this? I get the feeling that there's some kind of huge contradiction to all of this. It feels like some important fundamental is missing somewhere in the story. Hey, Shiki. How much do you know about vampire folklore? Let's see, just the usual stuff. They suck the blood of virgins, they can bind people just by looking at them, they can turn into mist and wolves. Just the usual stuff you hear about. Yeah, that's pretty much all true. They drain the blood of virgins because one's blood cells are more pure because before one has exchanged bodily fluids with others. That makes virgins the most suitable for repairing the vampire's own degenerating genes. The dead apostles, the ones that become vampires, have imperfect immortality. Since they became immortal, they won't die from old age. However, they need to replenish their energy frequently or they'll disappear. All living creatures need nutrients to be able to move, right? It's the same thing. It's just that vampires don't die from age as long as they take in the nutrients. The dead apostles suck blood because they needed to stay alive. Immortality is a strain on their originally human bodies. The genes that compose their bodies are different. When they become vampires, they begin to degenerate at an incredible rate. To make up for that, they must drain the blood of others in order to absorb genetic information and stabilize their own bodies. To a vampire, drinking blood is not like eating, but it's the minimum requirement for them to continue to exist. Okay. This sounds complex. And long. I can't follow the logic, but Arcueid nonetheless continues speaking. So, moving on. The ability to bind someone with just a look is a type of mystic eyes. Eyes and words are both common types of magic circuits, so there are many vampires who have mystic eyes. We usually possess the mystic eyes of enchantment. We don't enchant people by looking at them. Rather, we enchant those who look into our eyes. A powerful vampire using mystic eyes can impose his own will into the brain of another and completely dominate their thoughts. But the mystic eyes of a dead apostle doesn't have that much power. What you call turning into mist is really just making a spare body and controlling it via the will. Once the part serves its purpose, you cut the mana flow to the offshoot, and naturally it returns to dust. Wolves and other animal transformations are a byproduct of a vampire's repairing its damaged body from its familiars. For a vampire living a long time, stabilizing their bodies with normal lives is not sufficient. Humans are not fundamentally powerful animals, so it's more effective to repair one's body by absorbing beasts, as they surpass the human species in this respect. Vampires who repair their own bodies with beasts can return those beasts to their previous forms and use them as familiars when they need to. From what I've heard, there's even 1,000-year-old vampire whose body is made up entirely of familiars. They say he contains 666 beasts within his body, or something like that anyway. I think Arcueid's getting a little too wrapped up in her own speech. To be honest, I'm not finding this world easy to understand. That's you know, fair. Yeah. To be fair, I feel like he's handling it extremely well, though. Like, oh, vampires exist. Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Checks out, yeah. Yeah, that's about it. It's just an explanation of the very basics. But now, do you know what a vampire is? Well, I suppose. The reality of Arcueid being a vampire begins to feel harder and harder to accept. Now it's my turn. Actually, there's something important I've forgotten to ask you too. What? You're not going to learn anything from me. I'm not a vampire or anything. Just an ordinary student. Then let me ask you this, Shiki. How exactly did you kill me? That's the question, isn't it? Huh? I'm asking about the method you used. I'm resistant against stuff like runes and Kabbalah, so those don't work on me. The only thing is I'm not resistant against magic. It's the magic I've yet to experience, which is probably limited to the ancient Shinto in this country, and the treasures in South America. No, not even those could kill me that much. Answer me, Shiki. What kind of occult artifact did you use to incapacitate me to that degree? Occult artifact? What's that? A catalyst which stores ideas and history. Jeez, you've got sacred treasures in this country too, don't you? They're usually something like staves and swords, jewels and masks, conceptual weapons that can be used against nature itself. Come on, Shiki. Are you sure you're not someone from one of those fields? What field? I told you I'm just a student. I don't know anything. That's a lie. There's no way a human who's not even a magus can hurt me. Are you hiding something from me, Shiki? Arcueid gives me an angry, cat-like stare. But even if she looks at me like that, I'm not hiding anything. Oh, wait. Actually, there is one thing. I'm not sure whether it's relevant, but Arcueid is still staring at me. It doesn't seem like I'll be able to keep quiet about it. Alright, I'll tell you, but how should I put this? I can see these lines that can be used to cut things. Yeah? Eh? Oh. She's stunned. She should be. Normally, I don't think anyone would believe a story like this. What do you mean? Arcueid asks in a serious tone. She's not exactly normal. I should have known she would defy my expectations in a good way. I mean, I see these lines where things can be cut. Living things, the ground, anything touchable. It's like a black line, and I can cut things clean when I let anything sharp through it. Does that mean anything to you? It's convenient to be able to cut steel with a knife and all, but it's not like I can cut it anywhere I like. I can only cut things where I can see the lines, and when I cut you... Well, you can cut a girl's skin with just a knife, right? I don't think that's the right thing to say. Arcueid's eyes are serious as she glances at me. Those wild eyes that I've seen only once before. A gaze that could stop my breathing. I see. I thought the mystic eyes of death perception only existed in fairy tales. But I guess there is someone who can use them. A mutated monster like you? Well, pardon me. What? I don't think a vampire can call me a monster. A monster is a monster. There isn't anyone, even amongst us, with mystic eyes who can see the death of things. See the death of things? Arcueid nods in affirmation with an inimical gaze. A circuit must have opened in your eyes, Shiki. Were you born with eyes like that? No. They became like this a long time ago, but I wasn't born with them. Then you must have had at least one near-death experience at some point, right? Yeah. What? It's true. 8 years ago, I got in an accident where I almost died. Just as I suspected. You had the latent ability, but that must have been the trigger. The mystic eyes of death perception, huh? Yes, with those, you could definitely kill even me. With a small sigh, Arcueid's eyes returned to normal. Arcueid, do you know something about these lines? Not to the extent you would, but I do have some information. What you see is the end of all things, the point where things die easily. To put it simply, the time of death for everything in existence, that is, death itself. I remember now. That time, when Sensei gave me these glasses, she had told me something similar to what Arcueid said. But there's a subtle difference to what Sensei said and what Arcueid said. What I'm seeing are only lines, and not something as disturbing as death. What are you saying? What I see are just the lines where things can be cut. I'm telling you, those lines are the death of the object. Listen, Shiki. Everything in existence has an end. There are differences to when, but it's an end nonetheless. Death does not arrive. It is already contained within the object of its creation, and is bound to happen someday. This is what is called the principle of causality. You've heard of that before, right? As long as something has an origin, it must have an end. When it will end is determined from its beginning. That's so-called time of death. So, as it already exists from the beginning, it's not impossible for one to see it with their eyes, given that they can comprehend the concept of a time of death, and they have the appropriate circuit in their brain and eyes. That's the truth behind those lines you see. This is nothing more than the general concept, but if I were to theorize, I would say that they are the weakest parts of the joints between the molecules in something, or perhaps a predesignated switch within the genetic makeup that activates the death of that object. But that doesn't really make sense. I can't see them, so I can't, but that doesn't really make sense. I can't see them, so I can't say for sure. But the lines aren't all you can see, are they? I would think there would be points more than lines. That's right. When I first saw Arcueid. When I wasn't myself. When I took off my glasses, I could see her the usual scribbles, and black points where the scribbles seemed to flow from. There were. It only happened that one time, but definitely. I saw black points. There were several on your body, and the black lines flowed between them, joining them up. If I had to make an analogy, I would say they were like blood vessels. I see. The lines where things die easily and death itself, huh? I'm surprised you stayed alive up until now like this. You must have a very tranquil heart, Shiki. Arcueid says this philosophically. In my own way, I understand what she's saying, but I don't want to believe any of it. What? There's no way that sort of thing exists, let alone me being able to see it. Well, you are seeing it. Usually when you cut a living being's neck, they die. This means it stops because you've cut it. Conversely, you can say that if you can't cut something's neck, it won't die. This is about me, so just consider it an exception. But in your case, you can ignore the cause, even against that which is immune to all external effects. You kill first. What is killed then becomes dead. It's not that it stopped because you cut it, but in your case, you stop the object, and as a result, it is cut. Okay. See? What else can I call you but a monster? You may just call them lines along which something can be cut, but those eyes are more special than those possessed by any other user of supernatural power in history. You, Shiki, have the eyes that can kill anything, just like death itself. So what you're saying is, we're OP as shit. I'm at a loss for words. If that really is what I see, just like Arcueid is saying, those black lines really are the time of death for all things. Then everything around me is filled with death. So what? If it's all as you say, I should be able to kill even you. Really? Then let's try it. Arcueid opens the curtains. The lights are off. The only illumination is the faint moonlight coming in through the window. Come on, it's alright. Try it seriously. Wait, could it be you can't see them with those glasses on? Are you sure about this? I take my glasses off. Only to see the lines, of course. At the same time, the room begins to writhe with the black lines. Outside the window, the moon is white. They're difficult to see in the daytime due to the strong sunlight, but under the faint moonlight, I can even see the glow coming from the lines. Amidst them, the lines in Arcueid's body are very thin. If I don't concentrate, I lose sight of them altogether. If I hadn't been killed by you, I don't think you'd be able to see any at all. Right now, you can probably see them. You see, although I have no times of death during the night, some do appear during the day. You could kill me because it was during daytime, but you can see my time of death during nighttime now since I've used up a lot of energy to regenerate myself. In other words, I've lost my immortality. So, can you cut the lines on my body, Shiki? Let's see. I think I probably could, since the lines are there, but I don't think I could do it so briskly and without hesitation like that time before. I think it'd be hard. The lines keep fading in and out, so I probably couldn't do it unless you're sleeping. You can't, right? That's your biggest weak point. No matter how many deaths you can see, you need to trace the line with your own hands. No matter how weak I am right now, my athletic ability isn't so low that I'd be caught by you. I see. Come to think of it, I can't catch agile animals. That means I can't touch their bodies. In other words, even if I can see its lines, I can't kill anything that moves. Ow. I feel a stab of pain run through my head. Looking at the lines gives me a headache, just like it did when I was a child. I put on my glasses and the world returns to normal. Arcueid is staring at me intently. What? Is there something else? No, that's not it. You can't see the lines if you put those glasses on? Yeah. I got them from someone a long time ago, when my eyes first became like this. I'm only using the lenses now, but thanks to them I can lead a normal life. Yes, I see. No matter how strong a mind you may have, your only choices when faced with death all the time would be to put out your eyes or go mad. Saying that, Arcueid comes closer. Hey, can I take a look at them? No. These are important to me. I'm not handing them over to you. Come on, I'm not going to break them. I'm just going to look at them. Arcueid creeps closer. I get the feeling she wouldn't be adverse to getting them by force. And I'm just gonna double check. Yep, okay, fine, just for a little bit, okay. Arcueid doesn't look like she's going to give up. Fine. Give them back as soon as you're done looking. I hand her my glasses. Arcueid stares intently at the glasses, and then looks at me with frightening eyes. Shiki, is the person who made these glasses in this city right now? I don't think she is. It's been 8 years, and it seems like she was only here for a week. I see. That's good. I don't have to deal with more... Well, it's probably safer not to deal with Blue in the first place anyway. Arcueid retreats to her thoughts. Arcueid, you know Sensei? I mean the person who made these glasses? I know her. A sorceress. She's one of only 4 of her kind. These glasses are truly a masterpiece. Even I can't break them. Arcueid's face grows even more serious. I mean, that would explain why they haven't broken it all in 8 years. Wait, you're going to break them? Eh? Did I say that part out loud? I knew it. You were going to break them after all. I retrieved the glasses from Arcueid. Jeez. You're the one who just said I couldn't stay sane without these glasses. Or do you want me to go crazy? That's not what I meant. I just didn't like how you treasured them so much. Hey, listen you. Jeez. Somebody please tell me how a mind like hers works. It's true my memories of Sensei are precious to me. But more importantly, I can't live without them. If I were to see the lines 24 hours a day, I think I'd die from the headache before I went mad. I suppose it must be a strain on your brain from being able to see death. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of reason for those eyes of yours. But this is all I can tell you for now. If we get the chance later, I'll go over it in a little more detail. That's alright. I'm not into long stories anyway. Is that so? Personally, I enjoy talking to other people. Arcueid gives a carefree laugh. It really does seem like she enjoys doing nothing more than talking. Night descends. Actually, I think there would be a good place to stop. I did not sleep well last night, so I'm very, very tired. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it there. And next time, I guess we'll see what they talk about for the rest of the night, or, you know, whatever they end up doing. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you later.